Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Brielle Unscripted. I'm your host, Brielle, and I'm so excited you're here with me today. So let's get this show on the road. I was struggling to get this intro started actually because I cannot speak at all. I have braces on, and so speaking of braces makes it a bit hard. So if you hear me struggle a bit or if I stutter a bit, that's because my braces make it hard for me to actually enunciate correctly. It's actually kind of crazy because I did not see myself making a podcast this summer actually. It's been kind of a boring summer, and so I've been trying to just try new things that have my interest or grasp my interest. So we're gonna see how this goes out and how this turns well. So to kick a few things off with a little bit about me, I'm an incoming sophomore, which is kind of cool. I turn 16 soon, so yeah, actually. I get to turn 16 and get my license. I actually live here in Texas, so that's why it's kind of cool for me that I got my license now. Driving currently isn't that bad. I'm pretty much a new driver. I've never touched driving at all. Golf cart, never touched it before. I have no experience at all. So it's basically a fresh new start for me. And what I would say with my opinion on that, it isn't that bad, but it isn't my favorite because driving straight is my favorite because it's the easiest thing to do. Keeping your side is the easiest, but those turns those turns make me so mad. Literally, turning left is an easy thing to do, but turning right, it's just a struggle, okay? It's a struggle. So beware, okay? Beware with me on the streets because I can't promise a safe trip. I'm not terrible at it, but I'm not the best at it. Well, you don't get to see a lot of teens on here, so I'm kind of excited. It's something I wanted to try this summer and just see how it goes to see if I want to continue something like this. That's why I'm just kind of starting it in the summer, and hopefully by the time I start school, it's gone somewhere so that because I've never done a podcast before, and so trying something like this out is very not familiar for me. And so I kind of hope that so on as we go with recording the episodes and getting everything straight ahead and forward, talking to you guys will be a lot easier for me where I don't have to record the intro 40 times already. I literally did that today. Trying to record this intro was basically impossible for me. I could not get my intro out, and it was basically impossible. That's also because I have braces on, and so it makes it kind of hard for me to get to enunciate my words and get it out what I'm trying to say. But oh well, it's chill. Anyways, a lot more about me, not little, a lot. This is my show, okay? This is where I talk a lot about me. Things that I like doing is I love dancing, actually. I've been dancing since I was 3, actually, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. It's been what? Oh my gosh, 12 years? That's wild to me. I just did the math. I've done it for it's been something that I really enjoy doing. I honestly prefer it than any other sport. That's mostly because I've tried doing volleyball, and I tried doing gymnastics, but in my opinion, dance is dance is a sport that I will never get bored of doing because it's different styles I get to try out, and it basically, in my opinion, combines different sports. You know what I mean? I could combine. It's basically cardio. In my opinion, people who say that dance is not a sport, you're not my friend, because dance is a sport, okay? The amount of cardio it takes to do a dance, and especially routine if you're on a competitive team, it's a lot. It really is. The cardio, it's there. It really is. And especially with dance, it takes a lot of memorization. So being able to take all the counts that you're getting from your coach and applying that and be able to show it off and where you're supposed to show it off, it's very time consuming, honestly, because back then when I was in middle school and I was on the drill team, we would run our dances every single day and learn the dance in one day, and then we'd have to clean it up and actually know what we learned that day. And so it was kind of testing yourself. So which kind of made it harder, but it was kind of like challenging and fun because you got to see how much you knew of the dance. And honestly, if you did know the dance pretty well, you're basically like superior in my opinion, but you know, that's not the point. Anyways, right now I'm currently on the hip hop team. Well, actually the season just ended. I'm trying out this Friday, so actually tomorrow or today, you would say. I'm trying out today for the team again for this season, so wish me luck. And you know, funny thing with it is actually dancing is kind of like, it's basically a memorization game. If you want me to tell you the truth, it's the basic need you need to have with dancing is like flexibility, memorization skills, and the ability to like to keep up with the pace that you're given, because that's basically what it is. Like, especially when I was on drill team, it was a lot of like pacing yourself and a lot of like being able to like breathe as you do the dance. Oh my gosh, if you really think about it, it's like track. Like, okay, personally, in my opinion, I'm not a cardio person. I do not like cardio, and cardio does not like me, and that is okay. I've accepted that, okay? But I just can't do cardio. Cardio is really hard, in my opinion. I just like can't. I'm not the best breather when I do cardio, and so I just try to limit how much cardio I do. But it is okay. I try to keep up with it. That's why I do dance, so that I'm still like doing my cardio the best I can. But back when I was in drill team, back in like my middle school days, it was basically you had to like learn how to breathe as you did your dance. Like, you had to find spots in the counts where there were like pauses and use that to take your breath. And even though I don't know it that well yet, it become a lot easier for me to do that, you know, because like a track, there's no breather. There really is no breather. Okay, you're running the entire time. There is no breather when you're doing track, unless there is, and I just don't know it. Okay, I'm not a professional with this kind of stuff, but that is okay. You know, if you do know that kind of stuff, let me know. But yeah, honestly, dance, I think it's a really fun sport. If you're someone that still doesn't like dance or just like wants to try it out honestly. And if you don't want to pay money to go try it out on Just Dance, okay? But yeah, on to the next thing. A little more about me. I like movies. I really like movies a lot. I love movies, actually. I'm a big fan of action movies, like action and adventure, that stuff category. So basically movies like Fast and Furious, Mission Impossible, stuff like that gets me hooked. Like, I like that kind of stuff. But horror movies, I did go through an era where I really did like horror movies. I was like watching like The Conjuring and like basically that. But to stay on the topic of action movies, one thing I do like about action movies is, I feel like, honestly, personal, like, to really think about it, is I feel like if you were to put me in a situation of like someone was like to come after me, low key, I feel like I have a chance, you know, like seeing John Wick and like seeing like Rush Hour and stuff like that. I really think I could. I really think I can do it. But actually, yeah, I think I could do it. Like, now that I think about it, I think I could. I can actually make it out of it. But anyways, one thing I actually did see this week was I did not believe it, but then I actually saw it. That's actually going to happen, so then it did shock me. I saw they're making like a Camp Rock 3. If you're someone that doesn't know Camp Rock, go watch it. What are you doing with yourself? Camp Rock is basically a movie with like a bunch of like, I don't even know. It's like, how to explain it? Like, Camp Rock is basically, it's a movie about music. That's basically what it is. It's basically a movie about music. It's about people finding their music, okay? It's people finding their muse. Like, you know that phrase of like, just find your muse, stuff like that? It's basically a bunch of people in the movie finding their muse. Same with Camp Rock 2. They don't find their muse, but they battle off their muse, okay? That's basically what Camp Rock's about. But I saw they're making a 3, and I'm like, I just hope it isn't bad, and I hope they bring the same actors onto the movie, but I just hope they're like, I'd be honestly really happy if they were not like leaders, what do you call them, dude? Like teachers, basically, for like each stuff that they taught at Camp Rock. That would be cool. Like, that would be interesting. Like, basically what they did in Camp Rock 2, and they did it in Camp Rock 3, like the legacy went onto them. That would be cool. I actually would watch that. That would be very nice. Because what I personally think, I feel like they're just like, I feel like nowadays, like a bunch of studios are just making like, just like continuing movies because like they run out of ideas. That's why I just feel like it is, because Camp Rock 3 has been asked for like almost like 5 years now, or probably even more, and they never made it. But now it's like they want to make it because they're running out of movies to make. But yeah, anyways, I'm a big Disney person actually. I love Disney movies. I liked the era of like 2010 to like 2000s. I don't know how to explain it, but I really liked those movies back then, like Cheetah Girls and like Austin and Ally and like Teen Beach and stuff. I like those kind of movies. The movies are really good, and like the shows they gave. I like those kind of stuff. Speaking on shows though, actually, I recently just watched the trailer of Summer I Turned Pretty, the season 3 trailer, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I watched the show. I've seen both seasons, kind of. I've seen the entire first season of Summer I Turned Pretty, and I've seen partially the second season, but don't worry, I grasped like the entire season, so I should be fine. But in my personal opinion, I'm on Team Jeremiah. Yeah, for sure. I'm on Team Jeremiah because, hear me out. I feel like he treats her a bit nicer than others. Honest opinion, I feel like I see a future for Jeremiah and Belly a lot more than Belly and Conrad. You know? Like, I just don't work together as well. And I feel like he's just a bit too old for her. So he just doesn't fit right. He doesn't sit right with me, okay? But yeah, whatever. With that one. Ooh, a little more about me. Let's see. Besides me being a high schooler, how would I say this? I'm fully Kenyan, but I'm not from Kenya, okay? If you don't know what Kenya is, it's obviously a country. It's in East Africa by Tanzania and like Rwanda, like all those kind of places. It's a very fun country to be at, in my personal opinion. But I am fully Kenyan, and both my parents are Kenyan, but I was born here in America. So it's kind of goofy that way, because like I'm the only person, actually, fun fact, I'm actually the only person in my family who was born in America. The rest were all born in Kenya. So I guess it's like kind of weird. But especially with the Kenyan language, there's a language that they have called Swahili, which is a mix of a lot of Arabic, some Spanish and Portuguese. I don't know. It's confusing. I just know that it's mostly Arabic in the language. Yeah, it's mostly Arabic, but it isn't entirely Arabic. So also with that, me being Kenyan, I'm actually also like, there's different tribes. Like, besides speaking Swahili, there's also like different tribes in Kenya. There's a Kikuyu tribe, there's a Kisii tribe, and there's like just like different tribes in Kenya, and like those different tribes speak different languages. And so the tribe that I'm in, it's a confusing language. I would definitely say it's the hardest language I've tried to learn these days, but it's gotten a bit easier, I would say. Yeah, so because basically, since my entire family is Kenyan, and they're basically born in Kenya, they all know Swahili fully, and they know Kikuyu, and so my parents can speak Kikuyu very well. I can't at all. I struggle to even understand it, but my sister, she can fully understand it, but she can't speak it as much, but she can speak pretty well. I would definitely say she can speak it very well. I can't, so it's kind of hard for me. So I kind of just like tried the past few years to learn Swahili, but on top of that also learn Kikuyu. And so I try to like listen to music, or I try to like hear conversations. I use context clues a lot, okay? I use context clues to help me understand what I'm trying to get at in the conversation, to make it a bit easier for me. Also with that, my entire family is born in Kenya. I only mean my mom's side, by the way. Like everyone on my mom's side, yeah, besides my aunt's family, my entire family, my mom's side, were born in Kenya, and I wasn't. My aunt actually had a baby she had a baby in December. His name was Hassan. He's the cutest little thing ever, and he just cries. He's very dramatic. He's a dramatic little guy, and I love him so much. But on my dad's side, I have other cousins who weren't born in Kenya. It's just like my aunts and uncles on that side that were born in Kenya. It's just them who weren't, because they were all in America at the time. And speaking about my mom's side, actually, I wouldn't say twin sibling. He's more of like my cousin that I feel like is my twin. That's because like we were born in the same year, just like a couple months apart. And what I mean by that, he was born in February and I was born in November. So it's just like very nice, you know? Just like talking to him is very easy. And by the way, he actually lives in Kenya. And so even though it's very easy to talk to him, it's also very hard to talk to him, because the way the school system is in Kenya is, while I'm on my summer break right now, he's currently in school. Legitimately. Like, he's like fully right now in school until like October-ish in middle, kind of. And that's because like their summer break is in like October to like January, and I don't even know why that is, because they get like a 3-month break. Well, we kind of do too if you really think about it, but we really don't, you know. But it's kind of nice because like during whenever that break does come, I get to like call them on the phone, like just like chat with them all night when I can. And so I like it that way. But anyways, besides that, I'm actually also a book reader. I'm a big book reader, actually. I used to not be a book reader. I used to actually hate reading. Reading was not my fan. I was not a fan of it either. Like, in the past few years, I've really gotten into reading. I read a lot of paranormal books back then. I'm talking more about like R.L. Stine books, like Fear Street. I'm a big Fear Street. I read them a lot as like during my middle school years, especially like my 6th grade and 7th grade times. I was reading a lot of them a lot, especially like The Lost Girl or like Party Games. Those are my favorite ones. I like those ones a lot. I really got into, what do you call them books? Sorry, thriller books. And if you don't know what thriller books are, they're basically like kind of like the stalker stories, or like mystery, kind of like suspenseful. Like, not suspenseful, suspenseful. Yeah, suspenseful. Those kind of books, like those, that's basically thriller books, and like they're so good in my opinion. Basically, I'm reading this author, right? Her name is Frida McFadden, and her books are crazy good. If you haven't read them before, I would recommend it. If you're someone who, like me, tried reading action books but just never really caught on to it because they didn't catch your interest, try reading thriller books. They're actually really good. I would never watch one. I'm genuinely serious. I would never watch a thriller movie, but I would like full on would watch an action movie, but I would not read an action movie. I'd rather read a thriller book. Like, I stuck on with every single book. I think in my bookshelf, her books are the one I have the most of. Like, I have every single thing from her right now, except The Tenant. I'm getting that soon. I'm gonna wait. I gotta first finish The Coworker. I'm currently reading that right now, but I haven't really started it, so but I'm gonna read The Coworker first, finish that, and then I'm gonna read The Tenant. I already read like The Crash and stuff like that. I liked it a lot. I liked that. It was pretty good. My favorite ones on that list actually for her books would be Locked Door Number 1, because it's what got me hooked onto her books. And also Never Lie. Bro. Never Lie is way too good. Like, I tell you right now, only like 2 of her books I've caught on to who the killer might be in her books, but with this one I did not catch this one at all. Like, this was like a shocker. Really, this was like a true shocker. I never saw this one coming. Anyways, I am also lately have been trying to like become like, you know how like rich people, they have like a really nice morning routine. Like, they wake up early, they go to bed early. Like, I don't know how they do it, honestly. I try to wake up early, but I really can't. Like, I promise you I've tried. I really have tried. I've tried going to bed at 9. I stay up for like 3 hours because I can't like knock out, and then I try waking up at like 7, and that's a struggle already. Okay, like if I'm not going to school around the time, then I'm not gonna wake up at 7. Like that's the thing. And then working out, it's really hard. Okay, it is really hard. Personally, I don't work out in the gym. I don't really work out in the gym at all. I've never really have. It isn't my thing because I'm not more of like using equipment to work out. I'm more of a Pilates person, which kind of helps out because I'm also in dance. You know what I mean? Because it isn't. People actually think though that Pilates is basically all flexibility. When someone says Pilates, automatically someone thinks yoga, but it really isn't yoga. It's basically working out without the equipment. If you really think about it, it's basically working out without the equipment, and it's so painful, but it's so worth it after like the first week. You feel so good after the first week because like you feel buff and you feel like your abs are coming in already, and it's just like really nice, you know. So I'm trying to like, do that a lot more, but I'm also trying to like work on my like flexibility so I can like do better. So I'm trying to like start my summer with like a good routine, you know, like eat healthy, work out, you know, do a devotional. I'm Christian, by the way. Do a devotional, pray to God, and you know, just like wake up nicely, you know, like be productive the entire day, and not like spend my entire morning on my phone or like spend the entire night on my phone. Because lately actually, I've been going to bed at like 4 a.m, which is not okay, and I'm trying not to, but it just happens, you know. And then I tried waking up today at like 8, and then when I did, I knocked back out to like 10. I woke up, knocked back out again. It was 12, almost 1 o'clock. So it's been a long day. It has been a long day. Some comments I have with podcasting are, it is super fun, but it is so hard not to do this without video, because then it's just really easy for me to like stop talking, and I've been trying to figure out what else to say and what else to talk about. Like I know what to talk about, but you know what, whatever, it's fine. Also, one crazy thing about being Kenyan is that people might not believe this, but I've never actually, how do I say this? Actually, no, I have not. I actually have not. Oh my god, I have not. I've never actually had like an actual Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like mac and cheese, a casserole, ham or turkey, cornbread. I mean, I've had cornbread. Cornbread is so good, especially from Boston Market. If you've never, when Boston Market was so good back then, that's when it hit. Like, especially when like it was like to get like a family meal from Boston Market, you're getting your mashed potatoes and you're getting your greens and you're getting your cornbread and you're getting your chicken. Yo, honestly, I'm telling you right now, Boston Market back then really did hit. Like their cornbread, that's what I loved most about Boston Market. Like I really did. What was I literally just talking about? If you notice me having like short like silences, that is because I do tend to forget what I'm like saying. I don't know why. Oh, Thanksgiving. I was talking about Thanksgiving, guys. I mean, literally that of what I just said. And that is because with Kenyans, that we celebrate Thanksgiving because obviously it's to give thanks of what you have and what you were given. For me to have Thanksgiving food would not be the same as someone else having a Thanksgiving dinner. My Thanksgiving dinner has like goat. It's not the same like Thanksgiving food that someone else would eat. Like we eat goat, we eat ugali, which is basically like a Kenyan fufu, but ours is more, it isn't soft and kneadable as, well, it is kneadable, but not as like soft as fufu. We also eat skuma, which is basically greens, and we eat like a bunch of other stuff. It'll be like chicken, it'll be, it'll be like samosas, bro. If you've ever, oh my gosh, I'll tell you right now. The best samosas to have are not the vegetable ones. I don't know whoever said that vegetable samosas were the best. That is a lie. Whoever told you that is a liar, okay? the best samosas to eat are beef samosas, and that is for sure. Why? Samosas are the best thing to have, in my personal opinion. Or mandazis. Mandazis are also really good. Yeah, for sure. Mandazis is also really good. Mandazis, I would say, are better to have in the morning for breakfast than to have like at night for like a dinner, for like a Thanksgiving dinner. So yeah, honestly, because with mandazis is basically a Kenyan beignet, but with a beignet, they're more like soft. Actually, I'll tell you right now, I've never actually had a beignet before. I had beignets in Louisiana, but they were like more mochi beignets. Like that's literally what they called it. They were chewy and not as mandazi like, you know? Because like when you have experience eating mandazis, that's what you expect when you eat beignets. So they weren't the exact same, you know what I mean? But with mandazis, you're supposed to eat them with like tea. That is basically like the traditional thing to do, to eat mandazis with chai. And chai is not the same chai you get from Starbucks. It is basically black tea with like milk and like sugar. One thing I've noticed about myself lately is that when I talk about a topic, I tend to break it down to subtopics and then I forget about the main topic. You know what I mean? I was talking about Thanksgiving dinners, and I was talking about mandazis and samosas, and then I went on to like a full story about mandazis. Whatever. Anyways, like the way that others would celebrate would not be the same way I celebrate it. It's more just not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same. I would say if you ever been to like a cookout, like a barbecue cookout, that's basically our Thanksgiving. I mean it genuinely. Like that is our Thanksgiving. That's also our Christmas. Having a cookout is how we celebrate our Thanksgiving and our Christmas. Like that is like that's how we celebrate. Like Thanksgiving, Kenyan Thanksgivings and Christmases are basically just like having a normal get-together party for Kenyans. I promise you, it really is. Something I had for the first time this year in my entire life was I had biscuits and gravy. Or scones and gravy, if you want to call it. I've never had that before, so it was like honestly shocking to me. And my friend made it for me because we were having like kind of like a potluck in our classroom this year, so it's kind of fun. I'm not familiar with eating biscuits and gravy, okay, so I was kind of hesitant about it, but I tried it and it was honestly really good. I didn't have two, maybe I did have two, I don't know. I liked it though. It was really nice. As a kid, I used to be really picky. Like I couldn't stand sushi. I couldn't stand crawfish. I used to think crawfish was spicy. I couldn't stand cheeses. I couldn't stand goldfish. I couldn't stand yogurt. I can't stand that now still. You know, I just couldn't stand it. It was something it was just so nasty to me. But then now, I love sushi. Whenever you ask me to get sushi, I'm like excited to go get it. Or goldfish, I wouldn't say are my favorite. It just depends. It's just like if I'm hungry, if I'm like desperately hungry and I need something to eat, then goldfish are the way to go. Like it's so good to have goldfish when I'm hungry. But yeah, I used to be really picky as a kid, but like now I'm like very open. I used to also hate pasta actually, but that's because we were always eating like the classic like spaghetti with like meatball. Like I can eat it now and not hate on it, but I couldn't eat it back then. It was just a basic meal to me, and so I never really liked it as much. I just didn't like the taste of pasta as a kid. But now my obsessions, like my favorite pastas to eat are like Alfredo pasta and Marimi pasta. Those pastas, they always hit. Those are my favorite pastas to eat. Like I love those kind of pastas. Those pastas are so good. So good. Since this is the good tryouts, also since we just ended the season of hip hop, the hip hop team. It just ended the season. Not this season. It ended last weekend. Yeah, it ended last weekend. We had a recital. It was really fun, really nice. I liked it. It was pretty okay. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was really nice. Oh my gosh, something that happened this week, within the week of like tryouts and like trying out for hip hop team and stuff like that. Since we just ended it, like we literally ended it during the weekend, like last weekend, because it was a recital and stuff. And so after recital ended, we were officially done with the entire season of hip hop, or like performance company. And I was like, hey, I decided to post pictures from banquet and pictures from competitions, like videos of our dances and stuff, and like pictures I had with the different choreographers. I went to Monsters during my first season of the hip hop team, and I got to like see and take part in learning the dances that the choreographers were going to teach, and there are incredible dancers. Like, it was so fun to watch. I liked it a lot. I really did. It was so much fun. So, but after that happened and I decided to post it up, I put it on my Instagram, and then one of the competitions, their Instagram, they saw my Instagram because I tagged them in it, of course. They liked it, and then Monsters, they saw my Instagram post, and not only did they like it, they also commented on it. And not only did they commented on it, they also reposted it. I was like freaking out, and I was making my breakfast that morning, by the way, because this happened at like it probably happened the day before. No, it happened early that morning, but I didn't see it until later in the afternoon because I had just woken up. Very bad habit, by the way. Very bad habit. But it's basic a convention to go to, and it's really fun. It's really nice too if you're someone that really wants to get into hip hop and stuff. You learn so many different styles of hip hop that sometimes you don't even know that existed. Like, there's footwork classes, there's Afrobeat classes. Like, it was so much fun. I loved it. It was so much fun. And there's like chances you can win scholarships. I did not, in fact, win a scholarship because it was impossible. The answer was literally impossible. But it was honestly really challenging, so I liked it. I liked it too. Anyways, I think this is where I'm going to cut the episode for today. As a first-time podcaster, this wasn't that bad. I actually really enjoyed it. It was definitely a challenging thing to do, but hopefully, as I do these more in the future, it will be a lot more easier and like a lot more entertaining for you to listen to. And so if you liked this episode, don't be afraid to hit that follow so you'll know when a new episode comes out. And if you have any suggestions for me or any nice comments, keep the bad ones to yourself. Don't be afraid to like write them down because it will mean a lot to me, and it will be helpful for me to make this podcast a lot more entertaining and nice for you lovelies in the future. And that is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to today's rant. I will see you guys next week on Friday. Bye!